Hi, it's Kai and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup look inspired by Glinda the Good Witch because I went to see Wicked and I was a complete Wicked virgin. I've never seen the screenplay or like the stage play. I had never seen like other versions, never read the book or anything like that. I've only ever seen the Wizard of Oz like movie. That's the only like introduction to the Wicked world that I've ever had. So needless to say, I understand why it's so life-changing for so many people. And of course, when I came out of the theater, I immediately wanted to do content surrounding it. And I was like, okay, I don't really like critique media all that often or like do movie, even though I've done some movie reviews. I will apologize in advance because a common theme in this video is hearing box noises and cat playing noises, because when I say that they're in boxes boxing each other, like that's the situation that's happening right now with them. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize. I don't have like a little mic or anything to be able to block it out because you guys know we work with what we've got over here. But either way, I was just so inspired by the movie. It was life-changing. Both performances, or all of the performances from like literally everyone in the movie, was so great. But either way, I was like, I don't really usually talk about stuff like that, like how well an actor or actress, you know, played their role or anything, but still wanted to find a way to integrate it into my personal content. So of course I decided to do makeup looks. So this is my Glinda the Good Witch look. It is very like pink, sparkly, youthful, like popular. I know about popular. I can't do that little like kind of, I don't know what it's called, like yodel, like the pop you, like that thing. I can't make it sound like that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and literally gushing over this movie, and we're going to get into this look. And of course I'm going to be doing an accompanying alphabet look. Like I need to do a green eyeshadow look. It's gonna be so good. But anyway, not to get y'all worked up for that, we're just gonna focus on this one. And again, I'm going to stop the chatter and just get into this look. As per usual, my eyes are primed, eyebrows already done, and face is primed. And for my look today, I'm going to use this Midas Cosmetics in KoleMUA Soft Serve palette. Is it discontinued? Yes, but do I like my channel to serve as a reminder that just because your makeup is discontinued doesn't mean you can't still use it? Also yes. So as you see, it has some really nice kind of pinky tones down here, and even this more peachy tone I feel like I could do something with, and then this beautiful like reflective, in some lights it's more pinky and it kind of has like that silvery shift. I feel like those shades are just very Glinda or Glinda, depending, you know, same person. So I'm going to start out with the shade Soft Serve and put that in my crease. Actually, I'm gonna put it a little bit all over the lid and blend it up into the crease. And then on top of that, I'm going to go in with the shade Sweet Tooth, which is, you know, like a deeper pinky mauve shade, and put that also in the crease. Y'all already know that I can't sing any of the songs that were in that movie. Y'all know damn well. I mean, come on. So, yeah, we're just sitting here and we're talking again. I think I can definitively conclude, though, that the reason I have felt like in the last 2 videos now that my shadow is being weird, especially on this eye, I think it is because of the eye primer. I've been using this e.l.f. Shadow Lock Eyelid Primer, and both in my last video where I was working with purples and this video, I just feel as though like right here it is like sticking and kind of patchy and not really, but like I'm literally using the not brush end of the brush right now to try to like take away some of the pigment. So I don't know, I have another eyeshadow primer, well technically like a little sample of it, so I might try tomorrow or like whenever I next do makeup that primer and see if like, is it just my eye or is it truly the primer doing something weird? Because I feel like this eye looks fine. And I'm also going to bring that a little bit onto like almost the inner half of my lid instead of just the, you know, outer third or outer corner. That shade meaning the deeper soft serve shade. And let's take a brush with nothing on it and do a little bit of blending. For the inner third, I'm going to go back in with the soft serve shade, just a little bit thicker, you know, not too thick, but just a little bit. Bring that up to highlight the complete like inner corner area of my eye, so like up joining into the crease, because I do have kind of like, you know, a natural shadow there. And I feel like doing this actually does open up your eyes a little bit more, and it makes you appear to have more lid space than you actually do. Because I mean, I don't know if my lids technically are completely hooded, but as you see, like it definitely, I think it would be like a deep set, or like my eye is a little bit back in the socket, so it definitely has like a fold of the skin where, you know, I lose a lot of my full eyeshadow look because of that. So this is just a little trick that does help, again, make it you look like you have much more space or lid space. Another thing would be to not have as thick of eyebrows as I'm sporting right now, but I just kind of like that. I always oscillate between liking, you know, a little bit of a thinner brow, especially towards the tail, and then being like, yeah, big boxy brow. Let's do a big boxy brow. Right now I think I'm in my big boxy brow era, but I also feel like the more eyeshadow I do, the more that I'm gonna be like, okay, I want like the space back, like more space in between my brow, and where my eyeshadow ends, more space to even blend upward. So I'm gonna have to, you know, cut back on how much brow I have if I want the lid real estate. I'm also gonna go in with a slightly denser brush. Again, I feel like it's just sticking over there, whereas it's not doing that as bad. It doesn't matter. Perfection is an illusion, and everything is okay at the end of the day. It's just eyeshadow. But I am going to take a little bit of a denser brush and the, again, Sweet Tooth, the deeper pink shade, and lay that thicker on the outer corner as well. And then for the Sugar Rush shade, which I feel like is aptly named, it looks like just like sugar frosting or something like that. That's what it looks like on my finger. I'm just going to dust this all over everything to give it that like sparkly, again, sugar topped look. Oh, that's really pretty. Doing these videos reminds me, you know, sometimes like, hey, you've got, one of my cats is crawling in the, what is that called? Underneath the rug. They love crawling under the rug and making tunnels. I don't remember what I was saying. I think I was saying something to the degree that doing more makeup and making these videos and getting more creative also. Oh no, one of my shades just completely popped out. It was the deeper brown though, so not necessarily anything lost, but I will need to find some glue for that later. That is a later problem. And I'm just taking a little clean rag that I have sitting next to me at my makeup studio and wiping some of the fallout from the shimmer, because again, with those kind of flaky shimmery shades, you're probably gonna get fallout. It's okay. No one really cares in real life whether you have fallout on your face or not. So do I want to do eyeliner? Like, I feel as though this is a look where doing just mascara at the end will give me most of the look that I'm looking for, but I might want to do just like a tad bit of brown liner on the outer corner. This is the LA Girl, what is this? LA Girl Glide Gel Liner. It's so hard to read the packaging of this, and I'm just putting that like really close to the lower lash, basically just trying to make my lash line look a little bit thicker, but honestly not like I really put on any eyeliner at all. And then of course we get into the kind of boring part in which I use basically all of my Project Pan well, I might not use my normal foundation that I use for my Project Pan because I feel like the skin for Glinda is a little bit more matte actually. Here we go again with me having to do some sort of matteness, or wanting to do some sort of matteness, and knowing that your girl doesn't really like matte looks all that much. Or it's not that I don't like it, it's just I think that for me a satin, natural, or even more dewy finish just looks the best. But even then, sometimes things are like overly dewy, so it's all about balance. I basically have two matte foundations that I can really rotate in between. One of them I used the last time I was needing a matte foundation. I think that was my Sabrina Carpenter video, possibly. The other one is the Airbrush Flawless from Charlotte Tilbury, so I'm going to use this today. This was sent to me such a long time ago, and it's like, ooh, she a little thick, and it's like it's an okay, you know, I think it's a little orange for sure, but it's an okay foundation. It's just, again, I'm not as much of a matte foundation person, and yeah, that's why I never wore this. It's really, really orange for me. This is the shade 12.5 Warm. So if you're around my collection, around my complexion, and want to use / try this, it's definitely, you know, like a slight bit on the warm side. It is, as you see, very full coverage, very matte, very heavy duty. Definitely a lot more heavy duty than something I would, again, go for, especially on the day-to-day basis. But it is one that, again, when I find myself wanting something with more coverage, I'm doing photos, or I want myself to be dressed up, special occasions, things like that, that's when I find myself, again, either going towards this one or the other one I will go toward, which is the Fenty Pro Filter. I'm gonna just put a little bit of the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray on between that and the powder, just because I want my skin to not feel soul-suckingly dry for the rest of the day, or else I will get overstimulated by my makeup and have to go take all of my makeup off in the middle of the day, which will end up throwing off the rest of my day because I'll feel like I've wasted a day of makeup, or, you know, wasted. It's a lot. Having OCD, what is the other way? OCD, just generalized anxiety disorder. Damn, I've been diagnosed with a lot, so I've talked about it here and there, you know, catch up on the lore. Sometimes I can't remember everything. Okay, now I need to blend out my under eye creases and also do powder, which I'm just going to do the Kosas Cloud Set. Mine, I need to finish this up because she's falling apart. She is wanting, she's screaming to be put down, and she still is going strong. Well, maybe not strong, but she's still got product in her, so we're gonna keep using until she don't got no product. I also feel like this shade in particular, I know it looks lighter than my skin, but it's a very light formula. It is giving me just a little bit of like pull back from all the warmness of the foundation, so that's at least a positive. And then of course with my little concealer brush. It's so interesting. So like I had a pimple patch on and I like took it off. At least I believe I did. I took it off, but it must have like left an indent, so my makeup is looking really weird. Let me, do you guys see it? Like how it's just laying really weird? I don't know if that's like the foundation or what's going on there. That's interesting because I also had some pimple patches, which I mean, I don't have foundation. I need to refocus that, but I don't have foundation on my forehead really, but I did also have pimple patches on my forehead. I'm breaking out a little bit. I'm wondering why the foundation is particularly clinging and looking weird on this one, and it's been almost an hour since I washed my face, you know, and did my skincare, and I don't feel like I really noticed that dot there, and it's starting to make me think like, did I not take off the pimple? No, I did. That's my skin. That's definitely my skin. Ooh, what we got going on today. Anywho, powder is done. My face is matte and unfortunately a little bit tight, so again we're gonna do just a little bit more of the e.l.f. Power Grip. Again, I don't usually like this on top of my makeup because it ends up being too dewy, but I think I just need a little bit of something right now. And then I'm going to take, again, the Sweet Tooth shade and just run that on the lower lash line. I'm honestly going to keep it pretty, like, much to the outer corner, like not bringing it in too much, because I feel as though keeping the lower lash line liner or shadow or whatever, again, it's one of those things that I feel like kind of brightens your eye. Girls, it's something that kind of brightens your eye and keeps it from looking to, like, it opens your eye, not necessarily brightens it. They're literally boxing, and when I say boxing, I mean like in through the box, like they're in two different boxes slapping each other. If you guys ever want to see that on my channel, you know, let me know. We can start Kaya's Cat Fight Club. Is there another one shade in here that is like rattling? No, I think it was just that one. Oh no, two of them. Wow, two of these shades have like come out. I wonder if it's, you know, like the glue breaking down, because the summers have been getting really hot, and in my apartment in particular over this past summer my air conditioning wasn't working, so my apartment wasn't cooling down, at least towards like the latter end of the summer. It wasn't cooling down except to like 78, 79 degrees, and I just had fans running everywhere and all of that. And then it just kind of got colder, so I don't know, again, if I'm staying here, then next summer I will probably be dealing with the same thing. So hopefully it will get fixed if I am still here next summer. Anyway, I'm thinking that might be the reason that those shades are coming out, is because like the glue just heated up, got a little bit loosened, and now, you know, it is what it is. It happens. Moving on, gonna do same bronzer as always, Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, because we are going to finish this bronzer. I've also seen someone, I wish I had still had their video or something, or had saved it, you know, but I saw someone on TikTok talk about how this was one of their just like never-ending pan products. I've been trying to pan this bronzer on and off since like 2022, and while we've definitely got great progress going on, I definitely think that if, you know, somehow in the next month and a half I don't wear my makeup enough to finish it, that it will get finished by the end of 2025. But it's also just like, why is there, it's, well, it's like also, it's one of those hard things because I understand why there's so much product. The regular makeup user, up until, you know, the YouTube era, the 2010s, probably had one or two of each product. Their biggest category would have been lip products, different colors for different occasions, a nude, a red, you know what I'm saying? But most people were only using one bronzer, one or two blushes, one or two eyeliners, you know, maybe a black and a brown. But even then, a lot of people had like their favorite color eyeliner and just used that. Like my mom's favorite color eyeliner to use growing up was always a blue liner, just like a navy blue. So she went through a lot of navy blue eyeliners. She went through honestly, she even had like the same blush for years from what I can remember. Like it was so old that like they didn't even have the brand, and it was like the name was scratched off of it. So it's like we, especially in the 2010s, shifted, and we meaning like YouTube, makeup culture and things like that, really shifted the way that the cosmetic industry operated. So it makes sense that like they're still making full-size products, and maybe the general makeup wearer. What do I want to do for blush today? I think I want to do Milani Nude Kiss, because I feel like this is a pretty like neutral pink, you know, princess type of blush. But like I was saying, and maybe, you know, my reality of the average makeup wearer now is distorted because I spend so much time in beauty spaces and online beauty spaces, and even with my friends, like we've all been really big into makeup, have multiple palettes, multiple blushes and lipsticks and stuff like that. So it really was, or does feel like that is more so the norm now than people who have these small, and I mean maybe the, you know, overconsumption, decluttering, the popularity of that has shown that, yeah, like the minority of people at this point are ones who have super curated collections of makeup or even shoes, clothing, etc. There's also the fact that like my normal, I think I'm going to take a little bit more of the inner corner highlight shade, and or like the shade that I was putting on my lids, and put some in the inner corner. I am going to use a brush though to like give it that really scattered and diffused look, because sometimes like on your finger it can be like really pointed in a specific area, and then on a little brush it's like still, you know, concentrated, but it gives almost like, oh, this looks more like scattered. I don't know, maybe that's again all in my head. Gonna use the e.l.f. lash extender mascara again, because this is the one I've been using since I finished the Honest Beauty, like I told you guys in the last makeup video that I did. I personally, jumping topics, and I don't know if we're ever going to get back to the previous topic, because you guys know babble and ADHD, you know, create very disjointed videos occasionally. But I like the tubing mascara craze. I've tried a few tubing mascaras in the past and they were okay. I just feel as though, does anyone else, especially people who do more heavy makeup, like they're not necessarily in the clean girl, supernatural, my face but better type of makeup room, but people who do makeup that requires like heavy duty makeup remover, I feel like it never fails that in my video, and it hardly happens in real life that I like mess up my mascara and get some on myself, but that's probably because in real life I'm not necessarily always doing my makeup while talking. Anyway, those of you guys who do heavy makeup and like use oil cleansers and stuff to take your makeup off. I almost feel like tubing mascaras make you have now an additional step in your established makeup routine. Like maybe for a My Face But Better natural makeup type of person, which I still think it's recommended if you're using any type of makeup to like use a cleansing balm or cleansing oil. Like double cleansing became really big in the skincare community for a reason. I'm gonna put like just a baby bit of mascara on the lower lashes, but not a lot, because that's something that again can make your eyes actually look a little bit smaller sometimes. And I feel like the Glinda look is about her being all like wide-eyed and, you know, even though I don't feel like I have like particularly small or big eyes, I just feel like they're, you know, medium. They're somewhere in the middle. I do like this mascara. Let me get up close. It is a really pretty mascara. It gives volume and I feel like really nice length. Like my lashes are almost touching my brows. But again, like I was saying, tubing mascaras just in general, because they don't break down with my oil cleanser, I feel as though I'm having to go in with a layer. And I don't know about you, like I don't go in with a layer of water before putting on my oil cleanser. Sometimes my oil and balm cleansers don't even need to be like mixed with water to get emollient, and I can just like put them on and then wipe them off my face. But then I'm feeling like I'm having to go and like rub my eyes with water as a separate makeup removing step to get all of the tubing mascara off, because it doesn't come off with like oil and makeup remover. So it's just kind of like, even though I like the effect of this mascara, I don't know if tubing mascaras just in general are for me, because I definitely did not do like my total facial setting spray. I didn't even do highlight. Do I have a like sparkly pinkish highlight? I think that would be cute for today. I don't think I have a lot of pink highlights at all, just because that's not really, you know, I never got into like the colored highlights that much. I feel like the closest to that would probably be something like this is more of a rose gold. Let me see if there's one that I actually do think I have one that has more of a pink shift. And these again are the Artist Couture Diamond Glow powders. I think I used one of these recently as well, or at least talked about one of them. But I think this shade, which one kind of, okay, this one looks more bronze. This one looks like it's going to show up more pink. So this is the shade Double Take. And it looks like it kind of has like a golden peach pink shift to it. So I think that's what I'm going to use for highlight today, but very, very softly, because these can become a lot very quick. And honestly, it kind of looks more like a blush topper shade, like a shimmery, yeah, shimmery blush topper, since it does have that like noticeably like pinky shift. But back to what really needs to be discussed, the tubing mascara propaganda, because I'm just not understanding. And again, maybe if you're a person who like isn't really double cleansing, you're not wearing a lot of makeup, like I could see on a day where I just want to wear makeup or just want to wear mascara without other makeup, I'm going out doing things, running errands, and just want to feel like a smidge put together, I could see this being okay, because then that is an instance where I might not double cleanse, even though I think you're still supposed to double cleanse with like your sunscreen and stuff like that. I'll admit that those are occasions where I might not actually double cleanse my skin and go in with a balm cleanser. Like I'll just use my regular cleanser really emolliently and call it a day. So like it wouldn't seem as much like adding an extra step. But you know, like going in with the water, I mean adding an extra step. But yeah, I need to know what the collective thinks about this, because I do feel like to a certain extent it's just like a little bit of propaganda to try to get all of us on the tubing mascara train. That being said, this is a really nice mascara. And you know, e.l.f. mascaras are kind of known for being, I actually don't think I need setting spray. It's looking, honestly, despite the fact that it is a little bit matter than my usual, for sure, like you can definitely, I feel like, tell on the bottom part of my skin, like on the cheeks, because I have the highlight and a little bit of a cream blush. I feel like you can't tell as much that it's matte, but like down here you can tell I am matte. But honestly, it looks really pretty. So that maybe the tides are turning in my own head about matte and full cut, because it actually looks really flattering. Not that makeup ever has to be flattering, honestly, or, you know, flattering as a content, all of those things. I don't have enough time in this video to start delving into those topics, even though I could. But yeah, it looks really good on my skin. It doesn't look like dry or cakey, but I will wear it throughout today to see if that is the case. Also for lips, like just a light pink. I think I'm going to start out with this lip liner from Milani. It's the Understatement lip liner in Saucy Toffee, and it's like really close to the shade of my natural lip line, so it's not really going to do much except just like even out the lip line, especially since like on my lower lip you can tell that I have like a lot of different colors and different patches of things, so this just helps make the color a little bit more consistent in certain places. And this is the one place where I feel like I can get a little bit of like glossy, pretty shimmery. Okay, I'm gonna start with Phytosurgent's Tender Tides, because this is a pretty like light pink. Ooh, my lips are so chapped. I probably should have, you know, what do you call it? Exfoliated them. And I'm just kind of meshing that in with the lip liner. Yeah, look at all these flakes. This combo would be really pretty just together on its own if my lips were not tragically dry at this second and in need of exfoliation. So I do think I want to add in, only because I feel like this look is really going to pop with this gloss. I honestly don't love this gloss that much because the glitter like is left over on your lips, and I don't really love glitter in my lip products personally. But the Patrick Ta lip gloss, this is She's Expensive. It's the one that was in the Sephora birthday gift last year. This like literally has that like multi-dimensional flex. I feel like you maybe can't tell as much. Let me see if I can, but like it's only on my bottom lip as much as I can like not put my lips together as I'm talking, and like it gives that multi-dimensional really reflective look that I feel like is very, you know, pink in Glinda the Good Witch. But like I said, it's okay. It's a nice formula. I don't feel like it's super gritty or anything. It's just that when the gloss wears away, you definitely still have glitter on your lips. And again, I'm not always a person, like I'm fine with it, like a nice shiny plump lip, but I don't necessarily need like a whole bunch of glitter. But when I do want some, like I could see myself repurchasing, barring me finding another gloss that does like something similar for a cheaper price tag, but I could see myself repurchasing this just as like, okay, I do need or want one of these type of glosses for this specific look or this specific type of look, and I just want to be able to have it on hand for that. But yeah, it looks really pretty. Like it's a pretty shade. It's just not, like I said, something that I implement all the time. But anyway, this is the completed Glinda look. I didn't even do any faux freckles. Like that's how you know. I'll probably put some on like after this, when I go film TikToks and stuff like that, just because you guys know I need a faux freckle. Like, that's my entire lifeline at this point. But I do actually really like the way that this came out. I usually like the way that pink makeup looks look on me. I don't know whether they objectively suit me, which I don't really care, but the boxing. But anyway, again, this is how the completed Glinda the Good Witch look came out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and chatting with me for a little bit. I hope you're staying safe and healthy wherever you are when you're watching this, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.